It's 12th of June, 2025. Just weeks out from the biggest fight of his career, Harlem Eubank lets us in. A day in the life, the gym, the grind, the quiet moments in between. But this isn't just about training for Jack Catterall. It's about the real reason he fights. What drives him, what pushes him, through pain, through pressure, through doubt. Because chasing a world title isn't just about belts, it's about purpose and proving to yourself that you belong. This is Harlem Eubank.
It's bad how they keep putting people up to that.
Yeah. They got to keep their sponsors happy.
We're about 3 weeks away till the fight, and we just ramp everything up. We just keep going, keep doing what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Everything's boxing training. There's nothing new. It's all old school. Old school's the best school. That's all we do.
Yes! Down, more down.
Where everything is inches. It's like that famous motivational talk by Al Pacino in that American football speech.
Al Pacino?
Inches, Al Pacino, yeah. And that's exactly it. It's just working on those fine margins with the shot. If it doesn't land correctly, you just keep repeating until it does. And then as soon as it does, you keep going again. That's all it is. Can't wait till the fight. Really look forward to seeing Harlem put on the show. I'm looking forward to the good people of Manchester going there to witness Harlem, the way he moves, his speed, his power, his mental resilience. He's got everything to be a world champion, and I believe he will be a world champion.
We're good. Hey, 22. Yeah. It's a nice number. It's a nice number still. Feel good. Feel ready. Long, hard training camp. 11 years in it. No real breaks. This is. These are the type of moments that we're preparing for. I grew up like everyone else, council housing, and but obviously, my uncle had achieved so much in the sport that my name always, I always knew it held weight, with the other kids. When it would be read out on the register, it always garnered attention. So I had to kind of go back and learn the history and what legacy and achievements that kind of stamped into the sport. So we're heading down to Brighton. This is the second phase of my recovery. Go out on the downs, a little recovery run over the dike. So going back to the hometown to touch base and finish the day of recovery down there. My dad was considered the runner, of the three brothers, of the four brothers, but three in boxing. And so I'm pretty sure he took my uncle Chris. I'm sure he took him up here running for some of the big fights. A few of his interviews after his big fights, he thanks my dad for taking him running for the endurance stuff. So I'm sure he would have took him on this hill, because he was known for doing 10 up and down the valley, which is some going. I used to run up here quite often with my dad, so as a kid, he would take me out running. We'd come up here and take me up and down the valleys, but it'd be so steep, you almost have to bear crawl up some parts. But more recently, 5-6 years ago, I was up here with my cousin Seb running as well. So we'd often come up here to get out in nature, get some fresh air and get some fitness drills in. So plenty memories on this valley here.
You just talked about two people there that have been influential in your decision to step into boxing at a later age. Your dad and your cousin Seb. Tell me a wee bit about who they were as people.
Both great people. My dad was very hard-working, very kind, and just a pure-hearted person. You know, in boxing terms, maybe he was taken advantage of in that sense, but a beautiful person and you know, spent a lot of time with me as a kid and you know, helped shape me into the person I am. So, you know, I'm forever grateful for my father and my cousin, one of the closest people to me growing up. Both big mentors in my life, and you know, Seb's someone I started boxing with. We came into the sport at the same age, and we grew very close, kind of on the journey together. And he had a lot of belief in me and what I could go on and achieve. And yeah, he's a big inspiration and motivation in my life outside of boxing, but in boxing as well. So. Yeah, two people in my life that are big motivation and inspiration for me going forward. Yeah, it gives me strength, it gives me power. He would always, you know, he had been living in the Middle East for a long time, and he would fly in, you know, for my early fights. You know, fly in all the way from there just to watch me fight, you know, early on. So, you know, he was always in my corner, and you know, having his T-shirt in my dressing room before just adds that little bit of strength, that little bit of power, inspiration, you know, and yeah, it's something that I'll always keep close, and I always feel him close to me, but also in boxing, because he was a big believer in how far I could go when a lot of people didn't believe. He always motivated me to commit and dedicate myself to the sport. For the past, you know, 4 or 5 years previous to my dad passing, I watched him suffer and deteriorate with dementia, and it's, you know, painful to see someone that's so passionate about sport and so active kind of deteriorate and, you know, get to a point where they can't use the body that they're in. So a very, very hard time over that period to see him deteriorate like that. And you know, as a result of being on the dark side of boxing as well, it was hard to watch. So I mean, always difficult to try and you know, convert pain, but you know, I use my dad and my cousin as motivation, inspiration, and I hold the memories and cherish the memories and keep them close. You know, both of them to continue to inspire me. Like I said before, you in the ring you're on your own, but the people you have alongside you, the people that you're preparing with, it's as though they're going into battle with you. So you need to know that they're on the same page. You know, they think like you, they understand how you think, and they have belief and faith. And you know, when you have that strong faith and belief in God, you know, that keeps you on the straight path, regardless of what happens. You know, that centers you. You know, the battles outside of the ring are often harder than the ones in the ring. You know, so every experience you have shapes you. You know, arms you and hardens you and prepares you for what's to come. You know, and that is the Creator. That's faith. That's faith in God, that trusting that the path is laid out. There can be twists and turns. It's not always straightforward. Often it's never straightforward, but the path will be laid out, and you have to have faith that the destination isn't too far away.